man, what is this digital circus nonsense up in this town? We here at Futsubama Incorporated only watch has-been hotel and hell of a mouse type content. Maybe some murder drones here and there. Maybe we'll indulge in some lackadaisy if we're feeling daring that day. We're not about some sissy, faggy, color-infested, cocoa-melon-looking toys up in this biatches. But fine, for the sake of the almighty algorithm, I'll maybe give it a try. May the algorithm have mercy upon your soul. May your views be high and your taxes be low. Amen, brother. Okay, that wasn't so bad, I guess. I kinda like the existential stuff, to some extent, but I'm sure that this is just all styles and zero substance.
Used to this?
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I know you guys love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen? Well, I'm gonna go drink water. It's been a while since I've done that.
Okay, that wasn't bad either. And you know, I'm starting to like Pomni now. Although I sure do hope that the show does not overdo her getting traumatized and stuff.
It's locked. It's locked, of course. It's locked. I love that it's locked.
Okay, that wasn't at all what I was expecting. Can this show actually be like deep, thoughtful, maybe full of heart? Nah, impossible. Let's continue. Okay, that was it. I know I watched something good, but I can't really put any words to it. But I think this show peaked now, you know? There is no way the next episode can change my mind about...
My ears and tail are kind of the pinnacle of masculinity.
You don't have a tail?
What are you talking about? Yes, I do. It's... What the... Where's my tail? How long have I not had my tail?
I have never seen you with a tail.
When would that have even...
Good Lord in heavens, this episode is a masterpiece. Okay, there is some shady shit going on up in here, because these dark magicians at Glitz just cannot seem to miss. I thought that this show would turn out to be just some low-effort dark comedy in the style of Rick and Morty and whatnot, but I could not have been any more wrong, my good man. And, while yes, this praise is meant to be for the show as a whole, I am mainly interested in episode 5, Untitled. Because this piece of fan art making, character developing, backstory telling, shipping fans enraging, smooth animating, mind-blowing, trauma-undoing piece of perfect art fiction is in my superior Futsubama eyes completely and absolutely perfect. While episode 1 introduces the gang, episode 2 develops Pomni, 3 did Caine and Zooble, and 4 with Gangle, we were kinda left starving for JAX and Ragatha. And boy oh boy, feed did this episode do. We get this absolutely genius change in dynamic, with Ragatha being put in the questionable light while Pomni grows closer to JAX. And you know what? I believe that the secrets behind why this all works so well as it did right now lies within the fact that it's not treating JAX as a crazy person anymore. Here's a writing tip that a wise man once said to me. A character should do something for a reason that they believe in, not because that's simply who they are. Here's an example of what I mean. Hank and Dean from Venture Bros are running away from home. Why? Because they think that they'll get adopted by Mr. Orpheus. And obviously, that'll mean that they cannot bang his daughter, because then they'll be related by blood. Obviously. So obviously, that'll mean that they'll have extra adopted kids. With extra being the word in here, because Hank's already believed that Dean is retarded.
Dude! If we stay here, that means that we'll be Dr. Orpheus's kids. And that means Triana will be your sister. And that means you two will have extra retard babies.
I never thought of that.
See this? This is a stupid character doing something stupid because of a stupid reason. Good stuff. Now, let's take a look at how not to do that. Take Patrick Star from the Bob of the Squared Sponge for an example. Why the fuck did he say it like that? Okay. So, what do you have in here? Patrick eats Squidward's ticket. Why? Because he's stupid. Patrick ruins SpongeBob's card. Why? Because he is stupid. Patrick glows SpongeBob up. Why? Because he is stupid. You see the difference in here? One character does something stupid for a stupid reason, while the other does something stupid because they are stupid. If I cannot follow your train of thought, then you'll just be doing stuff just because. Now, going back to Untitled, we see that JAX isn't just being a jackass just because. Okay, that's a word. JAX just being a jackass just because. Wow, whatever. But because he truly believes that there is no point to it all. And to our opposite side of the spectrum, we have Ragatha's constant niceness be questioned and really being viewed not just as a normal thing to do, but as a problem that needs to be dealt with. And also, one that just last episode we learned of this.
Yo, Jax. I, hate you, but I don't want you to hate me. Is that weird?
You're drunk or something.
That completely retextualized both their actions in the eyes of Pomni, making her go more towards JAX's side rather than just blindly following Ragatha. Also, speaking of Ragatha, good lord, it's brutal out here. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, this episode seems to imply that just like Kinger, JAX also came here with someone else as well. Someone that for some reason or another is no longer with us today. And if that was the case, then that'll make this line from Ragatha just extremely cruel.
Do you have any actual friends?
Not anymore.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about that. That wasn't meant to be. Hey, Kinger! Did you see the fireflies all the way over there?
Like, yeah, bitch! You could have picked a puppy if you wanted to listen to reaction. Also, that's not clever or anything, but it's also so nice to see JAX suffer.
Well, I'm calling a vote to turn Zooble into a slug.
Everyone voted against that.
Who hate it?
On another random note, I really find the fact that Pomni actually voted against JAX's dress just being extremely adorable. And, okay, maybe I should stop making this into a slideshow of just saying, I like this. This is cute. This is funny. And actually start talking more intelligently about things, you know? So, okay, maybe after one clip.
Look, Pomni, we're already friends with the princess.
I'm not a child. You don't have to hype me up.
Adorable. Okay, now let me make this absolutely clear. None of this episode's characterization of JAX makes him any less of a jackass to everybody around him. But take it this way. When JAX acts out like a huge pain in the pub for everybody else, he just comes out like a crazy person in the eyes of everybody around him, especially Pomni. But when we spend an entire episode actually talking to him rather than just say he's Bakugo, so he's just like that, we get to actually follow his train of thought. See that again? Follow his train of thought. See, I can do foreshadowing. Because when he starts apologizing and actively starts talking about why he does the things that he does, then and only then was Pomni able to actually have a conversation with him. And that, in turn, drives her away from Ragatha. See what I mean? Train of thought. All of this is all about the train of thought. When Bakugo acts out like the biggest dick in the planet, without us being able to follow his train of thought, then we just come to say that, well, he's a jackass just because he's a jackass. But when you finally follow someone's train of thought, you can actually get moments like these when Ragatha is doing what she's doing because of her fear of being hated. And if JAX started to make the slightest bit of sense, then maybe, just maybe, we can expect Pomni to follow in his footsteps in the future. Speaking of Pomni, considering what we saw from episode 6 so far, we can expect to see her lean more and more towards JAX's side as the show goes on. As flawed as JAX's logic may be with Ragatha, at the end of the day, this does come with a point when you come to say nothing really truly matters in this place. You can't actually run out of breath, food, or time. And with the only way to be gone for you is to be abstracted, aka lose your mind to this place, you'll eventually turn to anything to keep you grounded, even if it comes at the expense of those around you. But that may not be completely true either, because A common theme between all of these episodes was the search for true companionship, be it with Zooble and Gangle, Kinger and Pomni, and JAX with his lost friend. Ragatha's approach just makes more sense the more you think about it. The approach of uniting everybody together, because companionship is the biggest enemy of abstraction. The more alone you are, the easier it is to lose your mind. And in turn, that drives JAX, a character with no friends around, or I'll say no friends left, to actually pursue to turn Gangle and Pomni into people more aligned with his views. And if episode 6 was anything to go by, then he's already halfway there. Hey there, sexy! It's been a long day at work, huh? Well, how about I invite you to press my long, hard and girthy subscribe button, and then maybe I'll just have the like gang give you a massage. Hey, if you're a real good Samaritan, maybe I'll even put in a good word for you with the almighty algorithm, just and only for you in the comments, bruh. And is this really my life right now? Whatever. What's up, I'm out.